It's a cute movie. It's light. Everybody's good in it, and it's just light. Which, after seeing all you guys' movies, is a relief.
People.
We are people.
We're back.
Wow, so subtle. Okay, so remember, any of the movies we watch, you can check down below and you can hit the link and we'll take you to the trailer of the movie. So now we're doing, I believe, Patty, eh?
Yeah.
That's all I can take.
Should I go ahead? Okay.
Yeah, please.
This is a comedy in 2008 called Four Christmases. Director Seth Gordon is one of his first directorial reviews. And it's about an unmarried couple, Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon, who are headed to the exotic island of Fiji for Christmas. They have told their family, so they've been like volunteers for Habitat for Humanity. Mm-hmm. And so that gets them out of everything. They get caught on TV because their flight gets canceled. So now they're obliged to go see all their families. There's Tim McGraw, John Favreau, Robert Duvall, Mary Steenburgen, John Voight.
Steenburgen.
Thank you. Sissy Spacek, who are the dysfunctional families of both sides. And Brad is Vince Vaughn. Brad is, as he's going from family to family, all he's doing is counting down when he can get his freedom to get out of there. And Kate, who is Reese Witherspoon, is just kind of reevaluating things she has said to Vince Vaughn as what she wanted to do. No children, no marriage, everything. And so you see each family, and each one is, of course, bizarre and unique. They split up at some point, get back together, and then head to Fiji for New Year's Eve. And then what happens is the TV reporters come in, and now they have to deal with all that.
Spoilers.
It's a
Don't
very
need to see the
light.
movie now.
Don't
Don't need to see the movie now. You just go.
She missed the middle.
When you see this kind of light comedy, you don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you say.
In a way, it doesn't. You're right. It's all about the interaction between the characters.
And it's cute. It's a cute movie. It's light. Everybody's good in it, and it's just light. Which, after seeing all you guys' movies, is a relief. Vaughn?
Okay. I didn't like it as much as you did, but I remember when this movie came out, I actually didn't want to watch this because I thought the trailer didn't look good. And as I just said, it doesn't look like Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn have a lot of chemistry.
No, they have none.
And you're right, they don't.
They have none.
The people who have the chemistry, you're right, is all the great supporting character actors that got to play some of the characters and some of the situations they been put in. But even the contrived situation is, you're right. I just thought, it's very sitcom-y.
Yes.
It wasn't very cinematic. So
it's like three-part play. That's what it was set up to be.
That was the problem I had. Well, see, no, because the thing is, they don't. With one of the Christmases, it looks like they just go back to one of the houses. It's not like they go to four separate Christmas places. Right. That's what confused me, to be quite honest.
Houses.
I didn't quite understand that. But no, they were supposed to have the four Christmases because the reason, like you said, about the relationship, they didn't want kids because, we both came from divorced families. Right. They didn't have particularly nice childhoods, apparently. But what it is, I thought, was a weird self-discovery of both of the characters because they really get to, because they don't even talk about themselves to each other.
Never.
Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon's character. So when they first go to Robert Duvall, and then I have to admit,
that's a funny one.
I did like Tim McGraw and John Favreau playing Vince Vaughn's brothers. I thought that was sort of a fun, goofy little sequence. That she finds out what his real name is. Yeah. That never even came up after 3 years in a relationship. Well, no, that she says that's something I should know about you.
Right.
So that's the kind
Orlando.
of discovery, right, that you get. Yes, he named his sons after the
cities
cities in which they were
conceived
conceived in. So yeah, Dallas, Denver, and Orlando. You know what? Again, as a Christmas movie, this is exactly what I sort of expect. When you go to family, how certain people, Christmas has to be a certain way. Dwight Yoakam playing,
Right, he was fabulous.
pastor. I love stuff like that. It was just sort of fun, but I have to admit, I was really disappointed with the leads, who I like both of them, but
Right.
they just didn't seem like
They
a couple
didn't
to
gel.
me, in my opinion. But regardless of that, give me Sissy Spacek. I'll watch her in anything.
Yeah, right.
And
They had big
Mary
names.
Steenburgen, like you said, these are just great actors that I just thought, they're doing what they were probably hired
Paid
to
to
do.
do.
And unfortunately, I just thought the writing was sort of weak, I thought, in this
Yeah,
movie.
I think you're
That's
right.
sort of my biggest complaint, I would say.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I really don't like it when you have a movie that has such a huge cast and you expect, like my movie, and you expect to have this amazing movie like Love Actually. So, but it was entertaining. And you're right. I like both. It was Vince Vaughn and what's his face?
Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon.
Mhm.
But I also felt they had no chemistry.
Yeah.
I thought
No.
Vince Vaughn had more chemistry with the girl in Couples Retreat.
Yeah,
With
right.
his wife.
What?
So
Right.
the Couples Retreat. I don't know if you've seen that movie. It's a
Right.
hilarious movie.
Oh, it's hilarious.
It's a
They love it.
hilarious movie. I love that
Fantastic.
movie.
It's their
So,
favorite movie.
and also I thought
Oh,
maybe
funny.
I also thought
I couldn't understand what you were saying.
Couples Retreat is a movie with Vince
Castle
Vaughn.
Street
Couples.
Treat?
Couples retreat.
I'm
Couples
amazed
Retreat,
they
okay.
have not picked this movie for one of their
My
movies.
hearing is not
It's-
what
it's-
it
it's-
used to
what else?
be.
Mine either.
None of
It's
us
also
are.
like Puss in Boots. So here, so but I thought that maybe if Jennifer Aniston would have played that role, it might have worked a little better.
Yeah.
So, but
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I
but
love
she's just
that.
doing movies with Adam
But-
Sandler.
Yeah,
But
but-
she
but-
would have been 10 years old, I think.
Yeah.
when the movie
Yeah,
came
but
out.
it doesn't matter. She works with him.
Yeah,
I think.
that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
she's-
think we're.
you need somebody with a little more
I'm sorry.
better comedic
Yeah,
chops than
Reese Witherspoon is too.
She was more like
Ice
in this
Queen.
movie. She was more like the Reese. He was, but of course Vince Vaughn. He just makes this movie so great because every movie he's just like
Yeah.
like Dashball or
Yeah, right.
Couples Retreat. He's just doesn't stop. He's like going on 100, like
Exactly.
cocaine
I
or whatever.
love him. He's
Yeah.
the
So
best.
and he's so funny too. The lines, and of course John Favreau is in it too. So I wonder if who wrote this? Because whenever I see John Favreau and Vince Vaughn movies, I know, did they write it? So I like the. It was funny. 2 country singers in this movie.
Yeah,
Dwight
right.
Joachim and what's
It's
his face?
Tim McGraw.
McGraw.
Tim
Tim
McGraw.
Yeah.
So
Well, I don't know. Sissy Spacek, you can give her
Oh,
credit as
so-
a country.
I like the.
Loretta Lynn.
I like the concept that they're flying out to Fiji. It gets fucked in seriously in San Francisco. So they and of course there's a news media. Oh, this incredible fight. Let's talk to this couple
Come
over
on.
here. And now it's them. And of course Vince Vaughn, who never stops talking, he's like, yes,
Right.
yeah.
Because they've been caught.
So and of course the whole family sees them on the news and goes, oh, you're not going anywhere. You're gonna spend Christmas with us. So they have to go through. They're separated parents, so they have to go through 4 different households, and you get to see the different thing.
Yeah.
Now, one might seem like a repeat because it's the same family and they go back and you see the same people pop up. But the thing is, they start finding out things about themselves. That's the thing about, when they're in that relationship and they kind of know so much about each other, but things about meeting people's families, you really get to find out about that person because they'll tell you everything.
Yeah.
So you really, it's like,
Absolutely.
oh, I think, like the whole thing about her, she was in Way White or something,
Right.
camp and everything, and she had her lesbian friend that was saying,
Right.
I don't know, she was wanting to give him massages on the bikini, I don't know. But she, or him too, his Orlando, his name after and his brothers. The actually to me the movie was about motherhood. I think that's where they were going because everything was
Interesting.
about babies. She goes to see his family initially, and there's the
John Favreau's
John
wife.
Favreau's wife.
Yeah.
She's pregnant. She got a baby,
Mhm.
baby with the biggest head I've seen.
Yeah.
And then she's kind of starts questioning about it because they decided they're not gonna have children. They're not gonna get married. They're just gonna have this relationship. And then, in fact, when I first saw it, I go, "What? What a nice house! What do they do for a living?"
Yeah,
Well, he's a
right.
lawyer, so. But and so she starts. The lady gives her John Favreau's wife gives her the baby to hold and everything. Of course, I love that scene where something happens and she smashed the baby's head into the door. I was cracking up at that scene. But the next thing, they're playing the major thing, so she has to be Mary.
Right.
Which I was cracking up at the scene because Vince Vaughn inside, he's like, "Here I am, my people," and everything.
He's totally into it.
He's doing her lines.
He's doing her lines. Yeah. He's like, "Come on, get it together, woman." But she's also holding a baby, and the whole movie is about she's questioning this motherhood, and she's asking her. Was it sister?
Her sister.
Her sister.
About
Her sister, right.
what happens in she's like your nipples turn to rubber or whatever because the baby wants some milk and everything. So to me, the movie is sort of about it's almost like her journey, but about her changing her mind about having children. But this stuff to me that feels like that's what the movie's pushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And that becomes part of the conflict in the movie. It could have been a great movie. I wouldn't say it's a great movie. But,
No, it's not great.
But Vince Vaughn, to me, he's
the
I can't watch him in
best.
anything.
I'm
He's just so
sorry.
funny. He's
He's
just
the
so
best.
he always cracks me up.
Yeah,
So
me too.
and
Okay, I really don't know quite what to make of this movie because it's. I thought at the beginning when in the very opening scene, the first time you see Vince Vaughn, he's playing a nerd.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, that'd be sort of interesting." But then I got what was going on immediately before they did the giveaway on it. And I think that every one of the actors, the main actors in it are actors who I think are wonderful, but nothing clicked in this. It was Vince Vaughn wasn't Vince Vaughn enough. Robert Duvall was too much Robert Duvall. Mary Steenburgen was doing what she's doing in later life, like in that last Stand in Vegas movie. It's just
Right.
Sissy Spacek is always wonderful, but she wasn't challenged to do what she can really do still.
Absolutely.
And John Voight, we haven't mentioned yet. I mean, it's definitely 4 different Christmases here.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, it's like, here's this funny Christmas, here's this funny Christmas, here's this funny Christmas, here's this bring down sad Christmas.
Right.
And it was like, the first, I was not aware, I didn't see Swingers when it came out, so I didn't get on to Vince Vaughn for a while, and Vince Vaughn is really a really entertaining performer, and he and Jon Favreau together. I thought, oh, this would be great, but they're not really together.
No, never.
In this. Reese Witherspoon is the one that interests me and troubles me the most because the first 2 movies that she did was a movie called
Man in the
Moon, and then she did Freeway.
Oh, right. She did that. Right.
And Man in the Moon, when she was like, I think 13 or 14 years
Right.
old, she was so outstanding in that. And then Freeway, it's one of the most ferocious performances I've ever seen. She's astonishing in that movie. And then they started doing Legally Blonde and all these things, and they homogenized her. Once she did, when she did where she played June Carter, the Johnny Cash movie, I said, it's okay, but why give her an Oscar for this? They were just grooming her to be a Hollywood star. And I miss the original Reese Witherspoon so much because, in fact, Freeway is now available, I think, on it's either Canopy or Prime, and I want to watch that again. I've seen that many times.
But I'll interrupt you for a second. I think with Reese Witherspoon I think they were trying to push her as the next Meg Ryan.
They would
take over as a romantic rom-com. So, like, Meg Ryan's coming down now. It's going to be Reese Witherspoon.
But having seen Reese Witherspoon be so good with so much promise when she was so young, and then just seeing it being pissed away on stuff that anybody could do, like Meg Ryan, and nothing against Meg Ryan, but anybody could do. And I still want to see her do something that shows what she can do.
Magnificent, and she hasn't been able to do that.
And she, I mean, in Freeway, she is so scary. And
I've
so
never seen that.
Oh my! I'll have to.
You
I'll have
would
to
like
do
that, I think.
I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, it's her and Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah,
and it's Little Red Riding Hood. Seriously, it's Little Red Riding Hood. But it's ferocious, and Brittany Murphy's astonishing in that movie too.
I love her.
Anyway, but so I don't know what to make of this movie. It was like okay.
It's a comedy, a light comedy.
Well, I was watching it. It was like Mary Steenburgen, and I fell asleep, and all of a sudden there's Sissy Spacek, and I said, "Well, I should go back and check." I said, "No, I don't care. I didn't miss anything."
Oh, you did? You didn't see Colleen Camp and?
Yeah, right.
Oh, I did see Colleen Camp.
I love Colleen Camp.
Yeah, Colleen Camp, and who else? There was somebody else in that.
Oh, what was their name? One of my favorites too. Oh, what's her name? Carole King.
Look at
Carole King, right?
Carole King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carol Kane was in this movie.
Yeah.
They were the ants.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that person, but I was
Mhm.
okay.
Anyway, I don't know what to make of it still.
Sue.
And you were asking me about the blonde girl, his sisters, Kristen Chenoweth.
Kristen
That was-
Chenoweth.
What do you
that's
think,
right.
Sue?
Jensen's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I think about this movie either.
It's not that deep, guys.
I love
It's
Vince
not
Vaughn.
deep at all.
I love Vince Vaughn. So he almost can do no wrong for me. I always like him. I laughed throughout the film. I thought it was very funny, but in kind of a teenage adolescent boy kind of way. You know what I mean? It was like just kind of in that way. The cast is exceptional. And who I want to give the most credit to is Mary Steenburgen. You said she plays this kind of role in something you've seen. I have never seen her play this kind
No,
of
me
role.
either. This is the
Oh,
first time.
these are the roles she's doing now. Yeah.
I thought she was amazing as
A religious fanatic.
a horny religious fanatic.
Aren't they
Right.
all?
Well, I'm sorry.
Aren't they all?
As they pointed out, the whole family seemed to be that way. So
Yeah, they have even two very famous country singers, Dwight Yoakam and Tim McGraw, being love interests to the mothers,
Right.
kind of thing.
Well, that Jokum.
Yeah,
Not both of them.
Yeah, not Tim McGraw.
yeah. Well, Tim McGraw isn't he?
He was a
too-
brother.
He's a
Faith
brother.
Hill.
He's
He's the
Vince
brother.
Vaughn's brother.
Yeah, he's the brother.
Yeah.
The cast is
Montana.
unbelievable.
He's
but
been in the
maybe-
gym. Those guys were pretty.
I can't actually
Joked.
figure out why they did this movie, but I guess they kind of wanted to test out their comedy
Right.
chops.
Right.
You know what I mean? To do it. Reese Witherspoon is my weak spot in this movie because, first of all, she's like no charisma with Vince Vaughn. She's always perfect. The girl is always perfect.
Yeah.
They spit on her, they
Yeah.
vomit on her, they whatever, and she looks perfect all the time.
And we women hate that.
Yes, well,
thing
comedy has a woman in
and,
that.
and also in comedy, you have to be willing
Yes, to go there.
to be funky sometimes.
Yeah,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? Think of
Well, certainly if it's
Lucille
a-
No,
Ball.
I
if it's a
agree
movie
with
that
you. I
calls for
agree
it.
with
Think
you.
of Lucille Ball.
I agree with
all
you.
the
Yeah.
things on her, right? You have to be willing to do that. Okay. It's hard to explain. It's just she didn't work for me.
Okay.
I like George. I would have. That's what I said. I wish this would have been Jennifer Aniston because they have good chemistry
They
together.
do.
On
They
film.
really do.
I mean, I don't.
Well, Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler, she hasn't done anything with Vince Vaughn, has she?
No, I think they did a movie.
Oh,
where
they
were
did.
married
The
and got
breakup.
separated.
Yeah,
They've
The,
done a
was it called
couple.
the breakup or something.
The breakup was one. There was another one.
yeah.
Oh.
I just like her with him. He works.
Yeah, he
with
works
She's
her.
well
very
with
good.
her.
Jennifer Aniston is a good
I
comic.
love Jennifer Aniston too.
Me too.
I think she's very likable, like I think he is.
She's
Yeah,
fun
me
too.
too.
She's also from a sitcom, so it's comedic.
Yeah.
She did the murder mystery with Adam Sandler.
Oh,
and it
that was
good.
cute.
They
That was
did, they did
cute.
a sequel to that too. this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. So what do you think?
I
Sue?
thought the premise was good. The idea that they weren't married, they didn't want children, and they were happy. And everybody is kind of like but of course, spoiler alert, it's like, it's not going to stay there because I
the
thought if
pressure
they would've-
alone.
I thought if they would have continued with that concept, it would have been a
Good
much more
point.
interesting movie.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
actually agree with that.
I
do
I
too.
thoroughly
I
agree
do.
with that.
It just fell into the.
But they buckled.
Yeah.
They buckled.
And a lot of couples do buckle at that
Yeah.
point.
So it's worth watching because Vince Vaughn is always adorable
Yes,
and funny,
it's
and I
true.
love him. Yeah. So
Let's score it.
I give this a 4.
That much, Lon?
One for each
That much?
Christmas. One for each Christmas.
Yeah, I'll give it a 5.
Oh, man. Okay, you don't.
I give it a 7.
I give it a 7 too.
Okay.
But I'd still watch it.
Yeah,
It's cute.
absolutely.
It's
absolutely.
cute. It's cute.
So
It's cute.
we'll
Okay.
be back.
Okay.